Welcome to the Inspection Support Network's short tutorial on how to set up and begin using your online scheduler. After logging in to the Inspection Support Network, we're going to start by setting up the availability for each one of our inspectors who are able to be scheduled with the online scheduling system. We're going to navigate to Calendar in the blue bar and My Online Schedule. That's Calendar and My Online Schedule. The availability listed here also works with the real estate dashboard, which we're going to cover in a separate video. The real estate dashboard is a quick and easy way for your agents to do business with you from their phone. The online scheduling system is posted on your website, so your agents and your clients can schedule at their convenience as well. To set up the availability for each inspector, you'll see that there are some time slots that are listed here. We can also add available time slots. For example, on Tuesday, Joe is available to do inspections from 8 to 11. That's one time slot or one inspection. We can add an additional time slot by clicking on the green Add Time Slot button and adding an additional time. Perhaps he will start his second inspection of the day at 12 o'clock, and that inspection will run until 3. For each inspector, you'll complete their availability for each day. Once you're done with their availability, navigate to Settings and Office Settings. Before setting up the remainder of your online scheduling system, it is important that your inspection types and your fees have been completed in your ISN. Those items are going to be needed to complete the online scheduling system, so we do want to make sure that you've done that first. To set up your online scheduler, let's navigate to the bottom of the page, and we're going to click on Online Scheduler Settings. When you first open the Online Scheduler Settings, you're going to land on the General Settings tab. Some of them have been pre-checked for you. Those are typically our recommendations on what we recommend for your ISN. However, you're going to want to read through each one of the statements and find those statements that are most appropriate for your business. The online scheduler can also use driving distances to help calculate if there's enough time to make it from one appointment to the next. The first item is your service radius. How wide is your total service area? The second item is going to be how far are you willing to drive to your next appointment? So you can adjust these up and down. If you've allotted yourself an hour in between your available time slots with your calendar availability, you're going to want to make sure that this maximum drive time for the next appointment isn't more than what you could drive in a 1-hour time frame. We have the ability on the online scheduler to enter either single or multiple coupons if you have multiple offers, if you'd like to take more than one coupon. We also have choices when it comes to displaying the appointment display or the availability for each inspector. You can show the calendar and allow the user to select a date and time, which is the default behavior. You can show the calendar and allow the user to select a date and time, but not to display the inspector, which sometimes in multi-spector firms, that's nice. Or in the alternative, instead of showing the calendar, you can have the system list a certain number of available time slots that are upcoming, so they can just choose from your available time slots. Underneath that, you'll decide what phone numbers are important that you collect. You could display or choose not to display. Typically, those are going to be your fax numbers. You can also decide if a phone number is going to be required, meaning the client or the agent is not going to be able to progress to the next tab until they've put in that phone number. I typically make that the agent's cell phone and the client's cell phone. For those inspectors who work in states where they do insurance inspections, the online scheduler now has the ability to add insurance inspections and the insurance agent's contact info into the online scheduling system. You can also decide what email addresses you want to collect and which email addresses are required. On the online scheduler, you also have the ability to take them back to your website when they are done scheduling. And we added this so we can help you build your own SEO or search engine optimization on your website. At the very bottom, you'll have some messages and banners that you can do. You have a no appointments message. If you leave this blank, it'll use our default, can't find an appointment, call our office at, and list your office number. The top info banner is going to appear at the top of each page as your clients are placing the order. I like to put special announcements or special offers in that top info banner. Once you're done with your general settings, don't forget to hit save. After saving your general settings, the next tab we're going to go to is Services. Here's where we're going to set up the available services that our client will be able to choose on the online scheduler. When you first log into the Services tab on the online scheduler, you'll see that we have some services pre-set up for you. You're going to want to read through and make sure that those are most appropriate for your business and make any adjustments necessary. The private name is going to be your name that you are familiar with in your office. Clients are not going to see that. The public name is going to be what the client or the agent sees when they go to schedule an inspection. And to edit the public name, you can click on the pencil, and that will edit the public name or what your client sees. The public description is going to be what the client sees when they hover over the name of that service. So you're going to want to keep this pretty brief because there is a character limit, but you're going to want to make it as descriptive as possible in regards to that service. And to edit it, you'll click on your pencil. The inspection type is going to be the inspection type that that service uses when the client schedules. The inspector tab is going to be where you enter which inspectors are able to do each service. You can click on Edit Inspectors to add or take away inspectors from a particular job. The Fees tab, you're going to edit or add any applicable fees for that service. And sometimes there are going to be multiple fees that make up that service. For example, on a condo townhome inspection on our second line here, that particular service is made up of two fees, our inspection fee and the condo discount fee. Together, they make up the total price of the service. The last tab is where we're going to assign our agreements, and then the green check mark indicates that that service is visible on the online scheduler. After you've read through the services that are pre-existing, you may decide you need to add a particular service. Let's add a service called Platinum Service Package. We're going to click on the green Add Service and type in Platinum Package. The public name will be the same, Platinum Package. And the description, let's say that this comprehensive inspection includes our home inspection, radon testing, mold testing, and let's include and thermography. I don't need to assign an inspection type. This actually is going to be several different services. The inspectors who are able to complete this service are Joe and my other inspector. The fees that are applicable to this particular service are the inspection fee, and then my mold with a home inspection, and then my thermography inspection fee, and my radon in-testing inspection fee. And once I'm done assigning the particular fees to that service, I'm going to choose my inspection agreement, my mold, and my radon agreement. Since I'm doing all three of those services with this inspection, when I'm done, I'm going to click the green Add button to add this particular service to the online scheduler. And you'll see that it's listed down at the bottom of my inspection list, and my green check mark on the far right-hand side is checked, so I know that this service is active and now visible on my online scheduler. If I'd like this service to be a little higher on the list when I present my list of services to the clients, I can click the three lines on the left-hand side and drag this service wherever I would like it to be in my list of services. So now it's listed second. Once you're done adding your services, assigning fees, inspectors, and agreements, don't forget to hit Save Settings on this page. After hitting Save, we're going to navigate to the next tab, which is our Order Form Replacement Values. Order Form Replacement Values are a great way to have your client or the agent complete the order form just by making an order online. You'll see on the left-hand side we have property information that's required. This is the information that your client must put into the online scheduler in order to progress to the next tab. So in this box, we have the replacement value for the square footage, meaning we're going to ask for the square footage. And we also have this replacement value for the year built. These are important because typically we're pricing by our square footage and sometimes age. That's why they're required. In the second box, you'll see that we are asking for information such as, is the client attending? Or is the home occupied? This is all information that I'd like to know, but isn't necessarily required in order for the client to finish the online order. Take a look at the replacement values that are listed underneath. You may have other information that you want to collect, which is really important to you, such as if the home has a gate code. If there is additional information you'd like to collect, click on the replacement value and drag it to the appropriate box, and that will add it to the online scheduler so your client can answer the question for you. Once you're done deciding what information you're going to collect, we're going to hit Save and then continue with our very next tab, which is our Questions tab. Questions are a great way to collect additional information from your client, but they do not complete your order form. Let's click on our Questions tab, and you'll see when you first log in that there are some questions that are pre-listed for you. For example, our bottom question here, is the property vacant, or will the client be at the inspection? These are both check boxes that your client would check. There's no fees assigned to them, and they are questions that will be presented on all types of services. We have the ability for you to add your own questions. One of my favorites is, do you have any special concerns you'd like to share with us? I'm going to click on the Edit button to the left of this question so you can see how it's set up. I've typed in my question in my box. I've decided I'd like the question to be positioned on the left side of my scheduler. The answer type is a text box, and then we're going to give our client 100 characters to type back an answer to us. When you're all done setting that up, hit Save. We also have the ability to ask questions that are going to collect a fee. For example, how many outbuildings do you have? And then based on the number of outbuildings, we could charge an additional fee. I'm going to click on Edit so you can see how that question is set up. Here's our question presented. How many outbuildings do you have? The answer type that it is a checkbox. We've checked the box to say that this question applies an additional dollar amount. And when that additional dollar amount is applied, it's going to be added to our outbuilding fee in our list of fees. I want to charge $100 extra for each outbuilding. And if they enter multiple outbuildings, I'd like the system to multiply the fee that's collected. So if there are two, the online scheduler will automatically add $200 to the inspection fee. When you're done setting up your question, hit Save. On the right-hand side, you're going to check which services that question is appropriate for. One note I'd like to make in regards to questions is the answers to the questions that your clients provide are listed in the notes section of your order form. So it does create a little bit of extra reading for you. I do like to keep your questions limited to just a couple, and I prefer using order form replacement values so your client fills out your order form for you and you don't have to do as much reading. When you're done with this page, hit Save, and then we're going to progress to our next tab, which is called Emails and Notifications. On our Emails and Notifications tab, we're going to decide how we want to be notified when a client places an online order. You can choose at the top to be notified via email or text. You can check the first box if you'd like to be notified when a client starts an online order. You can also choose to receive a text message when the order is complete. You can also choose for the online scheduling system to send an email to your client letting them know you've received their online order and you will be in touch to confirm all of the details of the inspection. In your general settings, you will decide if your online scheduled appointments are going to go straight to complete, meaning they're finished, and as soon as they're finished, the agreements are triggered and there's no intervention needed from your office. Or my preference is the orders that are completed on the online scheduler are going to go to your incomplete inspections, which allows your office to call the client, confirm all the details, confirm the square footage, year built, pricing, and upsell. And then when they're done, complete the order to trigger all of the confirmation emails. This template is particularly useful if you're going to have your online orders go to incomplete. That way your client knows you'll be in touch. I also like to do the same template, but have it go to the buyer's agent so they know that you're working on taking care of their client. At the bottom, you'll decide if you want your office and the inspector to be notified when an online order is placed. We also have the ability for you to CC your office. For example, if you have America's Call Center, you would enter your Office Plus email address so they can be notified when an online order is placed, call the client, and have the opportunity to upsell your services, confirm the details, and schedule the inspection. When you're finished setting up all of your communication and your notifications, we'll hit Save. We have one more item we suggest when you're setting up the online scheduler. The very last tab is called Preview. When you click on your Preview tab, it's going to open exactly what your online scheduler is going to look like when your clients go to schedule an inspection. We recommend navigating through each page of your online scheduler and making sure that it is operating and notifying everybody exactly the way that you prefer. If it's not collecting enough information or you'd like to make some additional changes, you can then go back to your order form replacement values or your questions and add any particular items that you'd like, and then preview it again. When you have the system all set up the way you'd like, click on the tab which is right before it called Website Integration and click on the Website Integration button. An HTML link is the code that you're going to give to your website person so they can add a button to your website that clients will press to order an inspection, and that will open the actual scheduler system. The frame option will take your clients directly to your scheduler rather than having them push on a button. One more detail I'd like to provide into the online scheduler system. We hope you find it very flexible and comprehensive, and it can be used as a standalone tool with no human intervention. Because of this, it is necessary that we collect the square footage, the age, the year built, the address of the property, and what type of services are required before we know what time slots are available for that service to be scheduled. Because if it is a really big house, or if they are requesting services that only certain inspectors can do, we need to know those details before we can suggest a certain day and time. For that reason, on the online scheduling system, the schedule is presented last. Another tool that we offer at the Inspection Support Network is called the Real Estate Dashboard, and the Real Estate Dashboard does present your schedule first, and we find that to be very realtor-centric and a great way for agents to do business and find your schedule very quick and easy. So you may decide for your agents the Real Estate Dashboard is a better tool. However, the online scheduler is a great tool to add to your website to get that additional business from those people who may not necessarily pick up the phone and call you, especially the millennials who would rather do business online. Should you have any additional questions in regards to your online scheduler setup, navigate to Help in your blue bar. You can visit the Help site to tour our list of help articles. You can also do a live chat with any member of our team during normal business hours, Monday through Friday, or feel free to call us at 800-700-8112, and any member of our team can help you. Thanks so much for joining us on this short tutorial of the online scheduling system with the Inspection Support Network.